Welcome back to CrimeDoor TV. I'm Sydney Schofield. A Colorado mother continues to mourn the death of her 13-year-old son 25 years after he died, and she also continues to hold out hope that his killers may one day be brought to justice. Gino Romero was out with friends one night when the car he was riding in was targeted by gang members. It was a case of mistaken identity. Investigators do not believe the shooters knew who was inside the car. They fired dozens of rounds at that car. One hit Gino, taking his life. Though some people were eventually brought to justice in connection to his death, the two men police believe pulled the trigger were never caught. We are grateful today to be joined by Gino's mother, Jennifer Romero, and I know you and your son had such a special bond. Tell me about Gino.
He was such a sweet boy. He was very loving and caring. Everybody will say that about their child, but Gino had a special heart. Um, he was real empathetic. He was real loving towards everybody else. He was a junior black belt in karate, in taekwondo. So he was very skilled at defending himself. Had the situation been one on one and not with guns, he would have been able to handle himself. Um, but he was very skilled, so he became a protector. And at school, he felt that he had to protect all the other children that were like bullied. Time after time, people still, 25 years later, people still come up to me and give me stories about how Gino was such a loving and caring kid, and that he was so respectful, and that he didn't deserve what he got because he would, God, I don't know, he was an old soul. He, um, he not only took care of people, but he loved. He actually really loved. There were 600 people at his funeral. That is a testimony in itself. And that's not counting the people that came to my house and didn't go to the funeral. It was just overwhelming and amazing at the same time.
A very special kid, and investigators don't believe he was the intended target.
He definitely wasn't. One of the people that, well, the driver, um, he was convicted and he got life plus 241 years. And he writes to me. I never answer him back, but he writes to me and apologizes and tells me over and over again how sorry he is because they didn't mean to kill Gino.
No, it's okay. I know this is not easy to talk about. And I know investigators believe one or both of the shooters have died, but you believe they're still alive. If you could speak to them directly, what would you say?
Well, I have said this before, and what I would tell them is that until you pay for what you've done, you will spend the rest of your life in hell. Um, you have to pay here or you have to pay there. You choose, because it doesn't go away, dude. You can fool whoever you want to fool, but I know in my heart you're here.
You've been through so much over the last 2.5 decades, and instead of shutting down, you sprung into action. You formed a support group called Mothers of Murdered Youth, or MOMMY. What went into that decision for you, and how has it evolved over the years?
I don't want nobody to go through this alone because I feel so alone. I felt so alone. I had a lot of support. Don't get me wrong, I had a lot of support, but you still feel alone. So I didn't want those other people. I I immediately, I don't know why. I guess that's my personality. I've always been the type of person that will start things, but I immediately started going to all of the funerals and all of the courts, and I just started being a support for people. I just for 6 years. For 6 years, I didn't work. All I did was hit the pavement and try to go to other families and tell other families that they had support and that we weren't going to do this alone, and we were going to get out there and we were going to get the word out that please stop killing our children. So that's how it evolved. That's how it started.
Jennifer, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. You are so strong, and we so appreciate you.
Appreciate it. God bless you.
If you or a loved one has been impacted by crime and you'd like to appear on our show, you can reach out to us either through our CrimeDoor app or by heading to our website, crimedoor.com.